So, no one should ever treat you like shit. No one deserves to be treated like shit. And, yeah, this insane, abusing narcissist, you say, you poop all over me, and then he starts saying you shit all over me. I never did such a thing. I only repeated his abuse that he actually did to me. And a very accurate account. I mean, I'm tortured. I mean, what would he do if someone tortured him for a month and a half? And, well, I don't even know when I got the stimulus check again. And then, okay, my son was giving me my bank account, right? So I needed a bank account open, and I was allowed to with only $25. Now he gave $2,000 to Purple Alien, for her bullshit. Right. Okay. And I'm forced to be tortured by this insane white trash piece of shit for 2 months. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly when that took place. And then I got my kids some Christmas presents, and he didn't even allow me that. So I had my stimulus by Christmas. Couldn't trust him. Yeah, I think he already stole the $800 and then gave me $400 back. Put some of the rest of the money in his car with the food stamps. So he just gathered all my belongings with clothing, and I had to get clothing from what was being thrown at where Alexander Thomas Keebler lived. Because he just took all my clothes, so I had to deal with him. And this is what abusers do. They want to be in total control, so if I take her $800, then she has to depend on me to feed her. Maybe it'll take like 2-3 days, but just depend on me. And, you can't deal with an insane abuser. They don't remember anything that they did. Why would they? They're caught up with all their delusions, with all their lies that they made up. They're so insane. They cannot give you an accurate past. They're unreliable whatsoever, all the way. You can't even remember friendlies. I mean, that was one of the best times I ever had at friendlies. My kid can't remember much because unfortunately he was abused, but all I remembered is the expensive soda that they finished up right away, but we were waiting to leave because he had to eat. I have a coupon. Now this is what he told me in this text. I have a coupon. I have to eat there. My kids. No, I didn't give a fuck about my kids. And when did he ever care about kids? I'll tell you a time he cared about kids. One time in his church. Possibly a newcomer. The little his daughter was sick, father. So, insane, abusing narcissist comes over. Can I help out you, little girl? I have a machine in my place. I have a machine in my place that'll help her out and give her help. That guy refused it, of course. Why would anybody accept an insane old man? An insane, perverted old man? Excuse me. So then he used my thing that I said and he wasn't allowed to use my words. I said, I deliberately forget people, but then I go beyond, and to me, they don't even exist. So he had to incorporate that with the little tiny girl at church. What? It's her. I was so because I was about the little girl. I had received. I was gonna give it to him for free. He didn't want to deal with me. So that I decided that he didn't even exist. My response? Hey bitch, you're not allowed to steal what I told you. I don't like abusers. And how's that abuse? Oh my god. Hey man, like I want to give a kid, anyone, purple alien, hey, I want to give you something. And they say no. But, to him, he has to be he has to make up being a victim all the time, different situations. That's called playing the victim very well. Like, what? Like, all you're doing is like, hey man, I have something that might help out whoever, your friend. It doesn't matter what. But the response is then, oh, okay, well, no, I don't want a stranger's help at all. No. So I really made a really, really good point. I mean, and he's just a nutcase with, that's a really, really manipulative game right there. That's like super manipulative. He's super crazy for doing that. You don't. And I told Kathleen Dwensky, one of my friends, that he always called up, totally badmouthed me, backstabbed me every way that he could. And she's just laughing. She's like, yeah, no parent's gonna let a stranger try to get around their kids. A good parent won't allow that. Okay, but insane abusing narcissist, he has no idea what the hell a good parent is, what the hell good manners are, what the heaven good manners are. He has no idea what the heaven good manners are, what the hell abuse is, or anything. It's just like, he just makes shit up as he goes along, being thrown out in the winter snow. I was thrown out 10 feet of snow in my diaper, and I didn't have any food. I'm sorry, baby. I was thrown out in the snow in my diaper. Didn't have any food. My sister and brother was run out too. Guess what? I don't believe that story. Because no little child with their diaper on. Now, some kids wear diapers till they're 7, 8 years old. They're like, you ever hear that shit? In other countries, they breastfeed till they're 7 or 8. Yeah, you fucking... Adults wore diapers. Maybe he was confused and he's around his mom when he was an adult, which I heard he was. Maybe he's wearing an adult diaper and his mom threw him out the snow. Then that's more believable than when he's a little kid. So... and then he always tried to make fun of me, saying bullshit like, oh, it goes straight to you. You're delusional, you make up shit. And I love Steve Wilkos, and what does Steve Wilkos say? Why would what does the victim get out of it? And he was very animate and very profound and professional in that. That's a lot of wisdom for all the insane abusers out there. What does the victim get out of it? What will a victim get out of, crying on the street? Like insane abusing narcissists. I died for Okay. Did that work for you? Did anyone feel sorry for you? So that's the way it is. The victim gets nothing out of it, and that's the best point. Instead of the bullshit of an abuser saying, "Oh, well, they just want attention. They just want attention." That was his last text to me. You got your attention. Are you happy now? And I mentioned a mom, an abusing mom. Yeah, Purple Alien God, yeah. One of the worst moms in the world, like $200,000. I talked to a gentleman this morning. I'm like, yeah, you're not a good mom if you have $200,000 and she's supposed to have a job and shit, like, for 10 years. That's a lot of income for me, who never ever had barely a penny. Maybe I like close to, I don't know. I got married in Czech, but I was living with the worst people. Okay, so I was living with an insane abuser that looks out for victims to steal their money, and that's exactly what happened. And I was forced to pay rent. And I got a credit card, and oh my God, he stole all my money. Like, I'm paying where I shouldn't even be living at in a room. Like, what the fuck? Stealing all that money, and then, oh my God, this one other kid, flipped the fuck out. He's like, oh yeah, you can live in the back room, and yeah, I'll pay for it for you. Because he wasn't allowed on the property. He pocketed his $400, and I think he stayed there for 2 months, and then he found out he wasn't paying. And they didn't look or anything, but he wasn't supposed to be there, so he could have been put in jail for trespassing. So it was him doing his friend a favor. He wasn't allowed back on the property, but if he went and said, okay, you make sure that you give this $400 for this month to them, and I'll be okay, right? Yeah, sure. You son of a... Well, what do you expect me to do? I'm a drug addict. Whatever. Insane abusers are total assholes. All about themselves, play the game of being nice and backstab you in the end. Yeah. That's what happened to me with insane abusing narcissists. Change the name. Because sometimes you get sick of saying the same old thing. So, insane abusing narcissist, there you go. Still use the same word, narcissist. Insane abusers are just nightmares. And they don't let up. They won't let go. They, keep on continually attacking. And that's all I had to deal with. And I went insane. The majority of my life, I was attacked. And I love myself because I ran away from home when I was 37 years old.